Welcome to our video series on increasing traffic to your blog. In this video, we'll look at breaking important news on your blog before anyone else does. One tactic that can bring you a great many links and a great many visitors very quickly is simply to come up with a scoop, important news, and be the very first to present it. If you do that, a lot of blogs and a lot of other sites are going to link to you and talk to you, and it might even get you mentioned in the press. One good example, one very popular site that is a very good example, is drudgereport.com, and basically it just contains headlines which link through to the stories themselves. And because it's constantly updated with new headlines, it can essentially be thought of as a news blog with very little content of its own. But that said, it's very popular, and it's broken quite a few news stories. And because of that, it's gotten into the press. It's obviously gotten a lot of traffic and links from other sites. So obviously, this can be done effectively if your site deals with general news, shall we say, and if you can get hold of such a story. But of course, you can break scoops in any subject matter. For instance, in technology, maybe you can be the first one to report on a new feature in Google. Obviously, that may not be possible to do, but just to give you an example. So that can really put your blog on the map if that's something you manage to do. And just as a further example, I've seen quite a few blogs that have, in one way or another, managed to get hold of clips of brand new films before anyone else, and then they place those clips on their website, and that brings them a lot of attention, and even a lot of attention from the press. As mentioned, it's not the easiest tactic to use, because obviously you have to get the news first, and you have to present it first, and you have to make people aware that you presented it first, so that everyone then starts talking about it and linking to it. But if it's something you can do, it could really help your site and even put you on the map. That's what I believe happened with the Drudge Report quite a few years ago. They broke a story before anyone else. It was a very big political story, and it just drew massive amounts of website traffic and press attention, and because of that, that's really propelled this site into the mainstream. Because of that story is really probably why I've heard of this site. It propelled this site into the mainstream, and it's stayed there ever since. So this can be a very powerful tactic if you're able to use it for your own sites.